Cyberbullying by Courtney Walker, Stephanie Davidson, Kiana Lee, Satoria Stampley, and Jasmine Daffin. Guiding questions. What is cyberbullying and who does it affect? What is the impact of cyberbullying and what can we do as educators to address cyberbullying? What is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is a form of intimidation, harassment, and mistreatment on the part of an individual group towards another, which involves the use of technological means to channel the aggression repeatedly. Like traditional bullying, cyberbullying is perpetrated with the intent to harm. Distinction from traditional bullying. Traditional bullying includes methods that are physical, verbal, or social. The location is typically confined to specific times and places of opportunity. The audience is limited to immediate bystanders, typically. Anonymity includes that the bully is generally known to the victim. Evidence impermanence often leaves physical evidence, and rumors from social or verbal bullying are often temporary. And as far as premeditation, traditional bullying often requires more premeditation. Cyberbullying, on the other hand, is done through electronic communication. The location is not confined, it's 24/7 and inescapable. The audience can be massive and instantaneous. Bullies can remain anonymous, making it difficult to identify and stop the behavior. Evidence and permanence. Traditionally, cyberbullying leaves a digital footprint. And as far as premeditation, it can be more impulsive due to the speed of and access to technology. So while there are distinctions, there's also similarities between traditional bullying and cyberbullying. Both include aggression and intent to harm, repetition, power imbalances, and psychological and emotional harm. There are many forms of cyberbullying. The first is exclusion, which is intentionally and aggressively leaving someone out of an online group, chat, game, or discussion to make them feel isolated and unwanted. Harassment includes repeatedly sending cruel, insulting, or threatening messages to a victim across various platforms: text, social media, and email. Outing is sharing a victim's private or embarrassing information, their photos, secrets, messages online without their consent to cause public humiliation. The last on this slide is cyberstalking, which is repeatedly and intensely monitoring or harassing a victim online, often involving threats of harm to cause the victim to fear for their safety. Looking at the digital communication timeline. In the 1970s through the 1990s, we saw the rise of email and chat rooms. This included direct digital messaging and online communities centered around information. Then we moved to the late 1990s, early 2000s, where we see the boom of social media. We see MySpace, Facebook, and Instagram. They shift communication from exchanging information to actively building social networks. And then around 2007, when the iPhone was introduced to modern day, we see the explosion of smartphones. The introduction of the iPhone was the single biggest catalyst for the current digital communication state. Instant messaging, real-time access, location, and visual media. Cyberbullying statistics from the PEW Research Center. Age and gender are related to teen cyberbullying experiences, with older teen girls being especially likely to face this abuse. Older teen girls are more likely than younger girls or boys of any age to have faced false rumor spreading, constant monitoring online, as well as cyberbullying overall. Older teen girls stand out for experiencing multiple types of cyberbullying behaviors. Black teens are more likely than those who are Hispanic or white to say they have been cyberbullied because of their race or ethnicity. Finally, Black or Hispanic teens are far more likely than white teens to say online harassment and bullying are a major problem for people their age. More forms of cyberbullying. The next type is fake profiles and impersonating. Creating a fake profile or hacking into a victim's existing account to post harmful, embarrassing, or derogatory content while pretending to be them. The next is trickery, which is tricking the victim into revealing sensitive information or secrets under the guise of friendship or trust, only to then publicly share that information. Trolling is also a form of cyberbullying. It's posting highly offensive, hostile, or abusive language in a public online space, forums, comment sections, to incite an argument, provoke a reaction, or personally attack someone. Dissing is spreading false, mean, or cruel information, rumors, gossip, or lies about a victim online to intentionally damage their reputation or their relationships. So we need to ask ourselves, why does that timeline matter? The current communication landscape is constant, multimedia rich, public by default, and globally interconnected, fundamentally changing how individuals interact, share information, and unfortunately, how bullying is carried out.
What worked to stop cyberbullying? Today, I will discuss strategies to stop cyberbullying for 9 to 12-year-olds who were cyberbullying. The data indicates that 60.2% of children, 9 to 12-year-olds that was cyberbullied, they blocked a person who was cyberbullying them. 50.8% of those children, they told a parent. 42.8 of those children, they ignored the person that was cyberbullying them. 29.8 of the children 9 to 12-year-olds, they reported it to the website or the app. 29.6% of those children 9 to 12-year-olds who were cyberbullied, they walked away or they took a break from the device. 11% of those children, they talked to the person that cyberbullied them. 11.8% of those children, they reported it to their school. 2% of those children, they did nothing. Okay, it's good to see that a high number of the children they reported it to their parents. However, we wish the number would be higher. It is unfortunate to see that a vast amount of children they were hesitant to report the abuse to the site, the app, or the game. Also, we wish that the numbers could be higher for children that didn't walk away from the heated online situations. That's why the greatest impact will probably come from the children, the parents, the teachers, the schools, the platforms, social media platforms. We all need to work together when it comes to cyberbullying. Online early detection and communication will help make a great impact for these students. Cyberbullying occurs on every social media platform, especially YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. Kids of all ages are victims of cyberbullying. However, the risk increases as they get older. Today, on this particular slide, I will be discussing statistics, demographic, and high risk populations of kids 9 to 12-year-old who experience with cyberbullying. 14.9% of kids have witnessed cyberbullying. 14.5% of kids 9 to 12-year-olds have been cyberbullied themselves. 3.2% of kids 9 to 12 have cyberbullied others. Over 20% of teens have witnessed or seen or have been exposed to some type of cyberbullying in one way or another. Results confirm that many teens are experiencing cyberbullying, but just not speaking on it. Almost 15% of teens have seen cyberbullying, and many has been targeted. 6% of our teens have been cyberbullied many times, while only 8.5% of our teens have been cyberbullied only once or twice. Millions of our teens are affected cyberbully each year. By understanding the statistics, demographic, and the high risk groups, we can better serve and protect our students from and create safer digital spaces.
Cyberbullying has become a serious and ongoing issue for many students today. It doesn't just happen once, it often continues across multiple platforms and follows students throughout the day. These experiences can affect students' emotional well being, their ability to focus in school, and even their overall sense of safety. In today's schools, two major challenges make cyberbullying especially difficult to address: anonymity and constant access. When students can hide behind fake or temporary accounts, or technology allows harmful behavior to happen at any time, it becomes much harder to detect these situations and intervene quickly. Together, these factors make cyberbullying more frequent, more harmful, and much more difficult for educators and families to manage. One major challenge is the level of anonymity that technology allows. Students can create fake accounts or temporary profiles that hide their real identity. This anonymity often gives students a sense of power or distance, which can lead to more severe or impulsive harmful behavior online. For teachers and families, this creates a big barrier. When we don't know who is responsible, it becomes much harder to step in, stop the behavior, and support the student being targeted. Research from Common Sense Media and EdWeek shows that anonymous messaging apps are strongly linked to higher rates of online harassment among students. This hidden identity factor is one of the primary reasons cyberbullying can escalate quickly and remain undetected for long periods of time. The second major challenge is the constant access that technology provides. Unlike face to face bullying, cyberbullying doesn't stop when the school day ends. It can happen late at night, over weekends, or even during school breaks. Students often feel like they cannot escape harmful messages or posts because their phones and devices are always with them. In addition, online harassment can spread very quickly to large audiences, creating additional embarrassment and emotional stress. According to the Pew Research Center, many teens say that this constant exposure increases anxiety, disrupts sleep, and makes the experience feel very overwhelming because there is no true break from this online world.
Just as there are opportunities for cyberbullying to present itself, there are also opportunities to prevent cyberbullying. As schools continue to navigate the challenges of student online engagement, it has become increasingly important to approach digital safety, emotional well being, and cyberbullying prevention through a comprehensive integrated lens. Research shows that digital competence and emotional regulation play essential roles in shaping how adolescents interact online. Yet neither factor alone is sufficient enough to protect students from digital risks. By combining instructional strategies, family partnerships, targeted interventions, and ongoing research, schools can create a supportive ecosystem that empowers students to navigate digital spaces responsibly. Being proactive can come in many forms. Two of these that will be discussed are digital competence and emotional regulation. Increase digital competence. Digital competence can serve as a protective barrier against cyberbullying. You can integrate digital competence lessons across subjects, strengthen school home partnerships, develop targeted intervention programs, and expand research through mixed method approaches. These opportunities provide repeated opportunities for students to apply digital skills in authentic, subject specific contexts. It reinforces behavior through consistent expectations across all academic areas. It also helps students transfer digital competence from the classroom to real life online interactions. Reduce reliance on isolated technology lessons by integrating digital citizenship into everyday instruction. Interventions focusing on improving emotional regulation skills include implementing school based emotion regulation programs, integrate digital scenarios into lessons, strengthen peer support and mentorship structures, and partner with families. Connecting regulation skills to healthier digital interactions by encouraging teachers to use real life online situations. For example, by giving hurtful messages, exclusion in group chats, or viral rumors. By also explaining practicing responses in SEL helps students show self control online. Peer support and mentorship structures include peer led programs, mentorships, and restorative circles. These are safe spaces for discussing online conflicts and emotional challenges. Integrating digital competence and emotional regulation lessons across subject areas presents a meaningful opportunity to better equip students for safe and responsible online engagement. Rather than isolating digital citizenship instruction with technology classes, schools can integrate digital scenarios, media literacy, and emotional self management strategies into daily learning experiences in ELA, in social studies, in science, and even math. This cross curricular approach allows students to repeatedly practice navigating online interactions, managing emotional responses, and evaluating digital content in authentic, various contexts. By embedding these skills throughout the curriculum, educators reinforce consistent expectations for healthy digital behavior while helping students transfer emotional regulation strategies to the online environment.
Hello, everyone. On the next couple of slides, we will be talking about solutions for cyberbullying. Hello, on this slide, we're talking about how teachers and parents can help with cyberbullying. With educators, you can teach digital citizenship early, such as in pre-K and kindergarten, to let the students know what digital citizenship is. Establish rules for technology use and post those rules around your classroom. Let the students help you make the rules for technology use. Next is establish clear rules for reporting. Let the students know that it is okay to report cyberbullying and to go to a trusted adult. The next one would be model technology and internet use during class. Model exactly what you want your students to do when it comes to technology and the use of the internet. Provide parental involvement. Send home handouts about cyberbullying, um, anything that can help the kids and parents understand how serious it really is. For the parents should model and monitor the students' internet and technology use. Discuss online use regularly, keep positive communication, and provide support for your child. Those things are very important when it comes to cyberbullying. The student has to know that they are able to come to their parent and talk to their parent about what is going on and if anyone is bullying them online. Monitor what your child is doing on any kind of technology or social media, just anything, because children are smart and they will do things behind our backs. So we have to monitor what they're doing. Discuss the use of the online use regularly, and keep a positive communication outlet for the student. Provide support for your student when they come to you and say that they are being bullied, and take it very serious. On this slide, we will discuss how students can prevent or some solutions for cyberbullying. Do not engage in messaging with the person. Stop all communication with that person. Report all messages to the platform that you are using. Report messages to a trusted adult. Make sure that all accounts are set to private. Do not accept people you do not know. Turn off the ability to share locations. These things are very important when it comes to stopping cyberbullying. Make sure that you communicate to the students that they can report everything to you and to keep the messages. Do a screenshot of the messages so that they will have proof that this is happening to them. And block. A very important thing about the platforms that the students can use, they can block and stop all messaging. But please, please, please talk to the students about reporting. A lot of students do not report when they are when they are being bullied online, and that is very important. This is the end of our presentation, and if you have any questions, this is the time to get those done. Thank you.